Right on. My name is Jimmy Lazinski, and I'm with Bleeding Cool.
Hi,
How you doing today, Willa?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm absolutely fabulous. Thank you for asking.
Excellent.
Um, I've only got a little time, so let's jump right in. Uh, I would like to know, first of all, you're on my radar. I know you as Emma Duval from the Scream series.
Yeah.
So I would like to know, how does that character compare to Roscoe?
Whoa, what a wild question. Um, I think that they're both very strong women. I think that they both feel very capable of holding their own. Emma, I think it kind of is something that grows for her. I think that she has to kind of like find it within herself to feel that kind of strength. And I think that they also are kind of both very located in a small town place.
Jimmy, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, I
Oh,
think we just froze for a minute, but you can pick it back up.
Okay. Um, what Willow, what aspects of your own personality would you say are reflected in Roscoe?
mm, I think I too suffer the affliction of saying what I think when I shouldn't necessarily. And I think I have very strong opinions and sometimes a fiery temper, but only directed in appropriate ways. But I think that I saw certainly a lot of some parts of my personality in Roscoe, which is definitely what initially drew me to her as a character because her dialogue is so fun. She has such a fast brain and is really able to kind of run circles around a lot of people. And I think in Reacher kind of finds someone who challenges her appropriately.
Mhm. How familiar were you with the books and or the movie before the previous movies before you took this role?
I had obviously heard of both. I hadn't read them, and when I read the first script, the pilot, when it was sent to me.
Can I have you just hold for 1 second?
Oh yeah.
Explain that. I think we're good.
Okay, where should I pick it up from?
Just answer the question again, I guess.
Will you ask me a question again? Sorry.
The question was, how familiar were you with
Oh,
the
yes, yes,
original
yes.
books and or movies?
Yeah, so I obviously was aware of the books and I had heard of the movies. I hadn't read them before I got the first script. And when I read the first script, the world was just so clear. I think that Nick did a really wonderful job of adapting Lee Child's book. And I think that it really kind of um, was such a great adaptation that it gave me such a clear picture of a world before I had read the books. And I think that hopefully that's what it'll do for people who also aren't necessarily familiar with the books or the movies.
Do you spend any time off screen in Toronto with Alan or Malcolm to help create that on screen chemistry?
This is a long running joke. In the 4.5 or 5 months of shooting, we never once had a dinner. We never once had a drink because we were working so much shooting the show that by the end of the days, and also Malcolm and Alan both have families and they both had their families with them in Toronto. By the end of the days, it was just really going to bed and then waking up the next day. But I think that we're gonna all go to dinner for the first time ever tonight.
Oh, nice.
But we had a lot of fun on set together. And I will say, I think that the chemistry with Alan and the chemistry with Malcolm was pretty much immediate. They're both very fun people. They're both super easy to get along with and very positive. And we all kind of just clicked in a really lucky way that doesn't always happen, where we were all able to kind of just like joke around and have a good time. And I think that translated really nicely to all of our on-screen relationships.
You've been in the business for a little while now. So I wonder if you could compare or talk about some of the challenges of having to film during lockdown or with all
Yeah.
the COVID protocols.
Yeah. Yeah. This was my third show during COVID, actually. And I was amazingly vaccinated right before I flew out to do it. And that was a wonderful feeling because the two things I had done before were much more nerve wracking. I think that our industry has adapted really well to creating a really safe work environment for everyone with the regular testing. And, you know, after that many months of kind of being used to the protocols, it really was just like an added safety layer, and it kind of didn't take away anything from our on-set working environment.
When I was a young man, I used to have to get up early on Saturday mornings to beat my brother to the couch to get the good spot in front of the TV. But I'd have to get up even earlier than that to beat my parents into the kitchen so I could pour myself a big bowl of Saturday morning goodness. So Willa, I'd like to know, what was your favorite bowl of Saturday morning cereal, and what cartoons did you watch?
Oh my gosh, what a good question. I loved Recess. Do you remember that cartoon?
Yeah.
That was probably one of my favorites on Saturday mornings. And I kind of grew up with, like, I guess, hippie parents. And so I wasn't really allowed many like cereals that were very sugary. But I do remember one Christmas I was given Kashi, that like healthy brand of like chocolate, I don't know, granola puffs or something. And that was truly the best Christmas present I could have asked for. And, you know, I don't know how many days it lasted. I probably, knowing me, rationed it out for like 2 months by the time it was like stale and like very old, just so I could have like a little bit of it every morning. But yeah.
Yeah, make it last. Right. That looks like it's my time. Thank you so much for yours, Willa. Reacher premieres Friday, February 4th on Prime Video. Do me a favor and enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you on the other side.
You too. Bye.
Thank you.